Dude, like, how long has it been since you had chicken nuggets?
Probably been like 6 years.
Dude, like, have you seen the videos where, like, you just see the chicks falling into, like, that metal tube, and then they press a button and it just fucking, like, vaporizes them?
Okay, you realize you were eating them right now.
Yeah, well, they're really delicious.
You also realize you hit the record button, right?
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Real quick, this is our first test. Let's go around the room and let everybody know who we are. I'm Corey.
I'm Eric.
My name is Preston.
I think, Preston, you need to speak a little louder. What was that?
My name is Preston.
There we go. Enthusiasm. Okay. Oh, these chicken nuggets are good. Okay.
I don't like the sweet and I like the barbecue, actually. Sweet and sour was good.
I like the barbecue too.
No.
Yeah, they're good. I like sweet and sour. Sorry. Like, that's my thing.
I think we can all agree ketchup is way out of date.
Mm-mm.
If you're still using ketchup for chicken McNuggets, you're in the dark ages, my friend.
Simply Heinz is the...
Let's swallow our food first. Come on, man.
For the record, Preston is not good at swallowing. Preston not good at swallowing.
Paging Dr. Herman, Pee Wee Herman.
This is such a stellar start to this podcast that God does not want to happen. We've had so many setbacks trying to do this goddamn thing. All right. Well, anyway, so I'm Corey. That's Eric and Preston.
Right.
We're here to start this thing off.
Oh, thank you.
And
A1,
I guess
thank
we get steak sauce. My sister just got us chicken nuggets, and now I guess she's giving us steak sauce. Anyways, so this is our first time starting off. Real quick, we're just some dumb nerds from Cal State Long Beach.
You're a dumb nerd.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm a smart nerd. I got a good GPA and everything.
And I'm the Asian one, so you know.
Fair enough.
All right, so we're gonna start off with our first segment entitled, "What's up? How's it going? What we've been doing? Let's start with Eric. Eric, how you been doing?
I've been doing good. Throughout, Valentine's Day just happened, so I had my romantic night with my lady friend.
Oh, scandalous.
Went to a Valentine's Day party at Twerk Central. Yes, that is Twerk Central. And they handed out twerk tickets.
What are twerk tickets?
Twerk tickets are little tiny tickets that everyone got at the door, each one having a different thing. Weirdly enough, they were Grease themed.
Wait, like the country or like
no, like the movie Grease.
No, the one that you've never watched and refused to watch.
You know.
I don't know what's wrong with this guy, man.
Something about John Travolta.
That's upsetting.
Like I don't want to love him. Something about him makes me, it keeps me at a distance. But for the twerk cards, there was anything from like, a kiss, do a butt squeeze, do a motorboat, get an R. Kelly, and I think we all know what that is.
Well, I don't understand.
It's a golden shower.
There we go. So let me see. That was the first one you took, right?
Exactly. So either if you gave the twerk card to somebody and they couldn't do it, they'd have to take a shot. Needless to say, no one really got peed on that night. Well, except for very later when someone was like pissed drunk and then he peed on himself. Well, yeah, that was my week.
Yeah, no self gratification, but that sounded awesome. Preston, I'm going to you, man. What have you been doing?
Well, it was Valentine's Day weekend, and I spent it with my bro.
Wait, like your
like
real
bro?
brother, or like your bro?
Like
An old buddy of mine came to town, and instead of spending it with my girlfriend, I spent it with him. She was pleased, to say the least. But I ended up spending, Saturday at a dart tournament, because he was in town for the dart tournament.
Oh, shit.
And I spent it was a 14-hour day. I spent 9 of those hours sitting there watching darts.
Wait, your friend's a professional dart player?
Yes. My friend's a professional dart player. He tries to make a living off of it, but I don't know how the hell you can make a living off of darts.
Is he a fucking ninja or something?
Yeah, seriously.
No, he's Armenian.
Hey, but don't you know, Armenian ninjas are part of a huge cultural heritage of ninjas, I guess, yeah.
Of hand accuracy, yeah. So that's basically, apparently it's a big sport, but everybody was drunk. It's the only sport I know besides bowling where you can get legitimately drunk and be better at it.
Oh, beer pong. I mean, like, everybody's better at beer pong than you're drunk, yeah.
I kind of feel like rugby, too, a little bit.
Well, rugby, you get fucking drunk and everybody runs at each other.
Exactly. Who wants to fucking run at each other on concrete with no padding sober?
It's like a hardcore Red Rover.
I mean, unless you're into that sort of thing, Yeah, anything else, man? Like, that sounds awesome, man.
It was at the Scots Festival at the Long Beach Queen Mary.
Lots of men in kilts?
Lots of mini kilts and a lot of drinking, a lot of like whiskey tasting. Yeah, that's about it.
That sounds hot.
And then I had sex
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you. It's good to know.
with the girlfriend.
For the record, I too had sex.
That's great, guys. That's hell of a way to start off this podcast. Anyways, I guess I'll move into mine. I actually had a little bit of Valentine's Day. That was cool. It was not really expected. Kind of just happened. It was really fun. Other than that, got my Wii U. Got that shit set up, man.
Woo!
Yeah, special Wind Waker edition.
Oh my god.
So and I got my fucking wonderful 101. And if you guys didn't know, if you have a Wii U, go out and buy that game. If you are a gamer, go out and buy that game. And if you haven't done it, go out and buy the console just for the game. It's really good.
And for right now on Amazon, I think it's only like $20.
Yeah,
So
that's
cheap. It's a cheap buy.
That's exactly where I got it from. It was just $20 because the other stores it was like 60. And it's again, this is one of the best games that I've played in the past few years. Like it is a straight up game by Platinum, and you know they brought us such games like Bayonetta, Killer is Dead, and those games do not really hold your hand like a lot of games do now. Like they have the screen that pops up and it's like a very simple thing. You know, press X to do this.
Oh,
Now,
totally.
this one it's a huge learning curve and it's frustrating at first, but once it clicks and it just takes off and it's amazing. Yeah, that. But pretty much other than that, just get drunk and have fun on Valentine's Day. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so let's move right into our first segment of general entertainment news. We've got a bit of Nintendo news. Anybody watch any of the Nintendo Directs or anything?
I watched a tiny bit, but for the life of me, I cannot remember.
No?
I did not.
Well, how many of you guys are Smash players? Like Super Smash
Woo!
Bros?
Oh, that's right. What was the new character you got? The boxer dude?
Yeah,
What's
this
his
is
name?
it.
The
Little
Mac.
Little Mac is in Smash.
Right.
Do you know how fucking crazy this is? Like, how many people have been waiting for it? Like, last
He was
the
a
last
trophy.
game in Brawl, he was a trophy,
That's right.
and you know, as happy as people were to see Little Mac in the game, they were pissed off that you couldn't play as him because he'd be perfect for the game. You know, it would bring a different aspect because you know he's a boxer, he's a brawler. It'd be awesome, and you know, he is a definite like. You know, they're what they're trying to do is like bring back like people like Ice Climbers, Kid Icarus, where you know it's IPs that Nintendo hasn't used lately, and people were like, well, if these guys get into the game, why not Little Mac? And
Seriously, I mean, if you're gonna use the fucking Wii Fit Girl, how are you not gonna use Little
hey,
Mac?
let's not discount Wii Fit Girl.
I know, but it's like such a strange leap from Little Mac. By the way, speaking of which, he's gonna have a power up like instant KO move. I heard.
Oh yeah, the power meter, right?
Yeah.
When you watch this thing, like it looks like he has some kind of super armor that allows him to absorb like some of the attacks, like have no knockback, but then he can just like explode and punch the shit out of you.
I don't know about that. I really fear for the balancing on that.
Well, here's
Yeah.
here's the balancing on that. You see him in the Nintendo Direct trailer, him weaving and dodging underneath projectiles, but that's on flat ground. They also show him trying to do air recovers, and it's honestly not great. So it looks like he's gonna be stellar on the ground, and like his stage is a boxing ring, so that he'll just excel in that. But as far as other stages with a lot of platforms, it looks like he may be in a little bit of trouble just because like. You know, he doesn't have a lot of maneuverability in there, as he should, because you know he's a boxer. But what's really cool is you look at his movements and you play a lot of fighting games, like I do with Tekken, and he looks just like they mix Steve Fox from Tekken mixed with like Dudley from Street Fighter, and it looks just sick. So I think I'm actually gonna be maining him when Super Smash Bros. 4 comes out.
Yeah, and he's a close combat, right? I mean, that's his weakness will probably be long distance combat. So if you have big, like they'll probably bring back the classic, you know, Hyrule stage, Legend of Zelda. So
Right.
big stages is going to be his weakness. He's going to be like a final like boss platformer kind of guy.
Yeah, but and I think like what Preston was saying was that they do have a little bit of a remedy for that, and that's you know, he is able to go through attacks and not get that much knockback, and that. You know, that's going to be a game changer for a lot of things. But again, in the air, his recovery isn't that great. And it'll be interesting to see, like, how he pans out.
You were saying that you're gonna No, you're saying that you're gonna main on.
Yeah,
probably
I will
Mac.
most likely main him because I love brawlers, especially in fighters, and this just it to me this is the most interesting one out of the new people. Like Mega Man actually looks interesting, but I don't know. I personally don't feel like I would be playing with him as much.
I feel like he'll be heavy. I feel like he'll be a heavy character. Like he's small, but I feel like he's gonna be weighed down.
Oh, that's
But it's-
another thing that I wanted to mention was that Little Mac is true to his name. He is Little Mac. In the trailer, you see like when he's like he's like, oh, Little Mac punches in. You see Samus and she's like, trying to see how tall he is, and he's tiny.
Yeah, he's like
That's one
4
thing.
feet.
In his video, it doesn't look like, I mean, unless he's charging up, it doesn't look like his punches do a lot of power. That being said, it looks more like he is true to his nature. He's a small boxer, so he's going to be able to combo you fast. So you got to be able to, dodge the attack and then hit with a couple of hits and dodge again and then hit it more. And that's how you build up the damage until you can get them into, a position where you can do that charge-up punch. So that being said, I'm super excited for Little Mac. Playing Punch-Out is awesome, and just being able to see Little Mac have resurgence, I think, makes a lot of people happy.
Is the charge of power, is that the same as his insta KO? Because I heard that Lil Mac will have a move where it's basically like having a home run bat but slower.
Oh no! Well, what I feel like that is I don't know how the mechanics are going to work because it has a meter. I feel like it's going to be like Ganondorf's Warlock Punch, or kind of akin to Roy's what was it called? Whatever his standard B attack was in Melee, where it's if they have some damage, it's gonna have great knockback. Maybe not a full on instant KO. I think, but I have heard that rumor too. So we will see how that is though, and hopefully we can get some more people.
Isn't it sad that the only exciting Nintendo news is Super Smash?
Well,
I don't know about that being
it's funny that you should say that, because there was another one that came up a few weeks back, another Nintendo Direct where it was this huge scrolling landscape, and the next thing you see is this fucking huge castle, and then you see Link come out with a blue scarf, new design, new game coming out called Hyrule Warriors. Yeah. Now, this I wanted to bring up because it brings up a couple of issues. Because one, it looks great. Like in the trailer, you see kind of what you want to see out of a normal hack and slash Zelda game. Like it's not a standard Zelda. There shouldn't be any puzzle solving, but it's about a lot of enemies on screen and you attacking. Now the problem with that is you look at who's developing it, and the developing team is Tecmo Koei, who, if you guys don't know, is the development company that does Muso games, which in America, Dynasty Warriors.
Yep.
Which you played, Preston. You played Dynasty Warriors, right?
It's okay. In my opinion, it's repetitive garbage.
Yes, I would agree.
But it's a brand that accepts and acknowledges that fact, and actually makes repetitive garbage fun. So doing this with the Zelda IP is I don't know how I feel about it.
All right, let me say this though. There are a few games Dynasty Warrior games that are like people like them, and one thing that we know about Nintendo is that they're very protective of their IPs.
Oh yeah.
So you know that they're going to be standing over their shoulders while they're developing this and making sure it's quality. Because from what I saw, it actually looks pretty cool. Like you have Link, double jumping in the air and doing downward thrusts and everything. It looks pretty sick. Like you have like Dodongo, like giant dragon thing, like breathing fire Link, and he's dodge rolling to the side and just knocking out people. He has like some kind of instant kill move. So I don't know. It looks like it could be decent. It may not be like a stellar Zelda game, but it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a hell of a lot better than any other like Dynasty Warrior Muso games that are currently out there. Because you're right, they pretty much are kind of repetitive garbage to me, anyways.
I'm one of those types of gamers who everyone hates and has those favorite brands, and if those favorite brands are modified or changed in any way, that scares me. That legitimately scares me. So this, I know it's not going to ruin Zelda, but it's going to do what what was it, like Pokemon Rumble or Pokemon like Troyzy or whatever did to
Troze?
that. Troze, thank you.
Well, they're just branching out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, the puzzle game, it's fun for little kids. I wish they would focus more for Pokemon's a totally different discussion. We can go on all night about that one.
Yeah. But real quick, like what people have been waiting for is like Pokken, which was like supposed to be like Tekken style Pokemon fighter, and it's like they
Interesting.
tease that, and like it's they haven't really heard news, and it's supposed to be coming out, but
I probably have the most disgusted look on my face right now.
yeah.
I don't know.
Hey man, like it's Pokemon. It's an IP that they're gonna put out there and make as much money as they can because it's huge. Like you can't deny X and Y were huge.
I'm still playing X and Y. I just made my third. I have my regular team. The team that I played it first through.
Yeah.
I just made a red. A red team, so I have Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, and then I got Espeon, Lapras, and Snorlax.
Good man.
Cool man.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, and then I just finished my Dragon team. Got Salamence, got
Ooh,
Dragon.
Salamence sucks.
You can go fuck yourself. You can. Although I think I did ruin him because I tried to make him a tank and like boost his defense and special defense. I didn't do it. I should have just given him like all attack because he's a sweeper. He's not a tank. But whatever. That's just I've been losing a lot with him.
Well, and see, that's why it fucking sucks.
Well,
But I recently I was late in the game for getting XY because didn't have a DS until I wanted that fucking arcade machine.
yeah, that's like Jesus. When does that ever happen to anybody?
That's happened a couple times to me.
It happens to Corey when Preston wants one. It happens to Corey.
Asians, man.
Hey man, it's just the skills, But yeah, like fucking $3 into the machine for 3DS. Thank God I didn't buy that 2DS over Christmas, right?
Seriously. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, like I'm still playing X and Y, and
We
like,
should battle.
oh yeah,
You
well,
mean to have a battle.
we'll definitely have a battle
Okay.
some point.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say was that I feel like that game kind of went back to its roots. Like Black and White got crazy with the storyline, crazy with the mechanics and
A
stuff.
lot of people
Diamond
like
Pearl,
the
too.
story.
I'm not discounting the story, but it just seemed like there was a lot more going for it than the original ones. This one I felt like went back to simpler roots of get your badges. There is there's an opposing team, and this one being Team Flare, that's trying to fuck shit up, and you beat them. And overall, to me, it felt like it was a simpler game. There wasn't like 20 legendaries. There was like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, they're introducing what? There's the 3 the XYZ legendaries, and then they have like the 3 ones that they're gonna come out with DLC. I think, right? They got
I
like
didn't hear about
There's
that.
like
a
the
dance light, dance sea or something.
I forget. There's like a rock fairy, and
Yeah.
I think they're all fairy types. I haven't looked into it that much.
Man, fucking fairy types, man. That screwed me up so much. Like, when I started out, fucking like, oh my god, look at all these dragon types. No, they're getting fucking raped by fairy
Hell
types.
yeah. You know what was interesting? An interesting mechanic of this new game is how you make things evolve. Like one Pokemon, you have to flip your DS upside down to make it evolve. 'cause,
Oh,
like,
is that the squid one or whatever?
Yeah,
right?
it's in like a little whatever water type it was. By the way, that one sucked. The dragon type and Y was better, but you get the water one. Whatever.
Goomy?
Goomy, no, Goomy's different. That is a special evolve one. To evolve it into the final form, Gudra, I think.
Oh yeah, the slime.
Yeah,
the snail one.
You have to make it evolve when it's raining. It won't evolve unless it's
Interesting.
raining.
Well, I mean, like if you as far as saying it sucks, it literally says in the original description for the first evolution that it's the weakest dragon. So
its special defense is really high. It's got like a base stat of like 150 special like defense, and that's really good. So you boost the defense in the super training, and I use it because it learns Power Whip, which is a leaf move. It learns Aqua Tail, which is a water move. You can teach it flamethrower. So and then you teach a dragon move, and then
well, I mean, like dragons are always like that. But yeah, but I know what you mean. It's very versatile.
Well, what dragon do you know who knows a leaf move? I mean,
That is true.
besides like Solar
Flygon?
Beam. Flygon?
Flygon. Does
I know, but you can make Solar Beam maybe.
Solar Beam,
I don't
yeah.
know.
maybe.
My question for you though is that because I haven't had a chance to pick up X and Y yet, like
Boo, what a loser.
right? Like I'm super upset about it because I like totally missed out on the hype. So my question for you is, how a lot of the evolutions, you're never told on like how if you didn't have a guide, a way to look it up, you were never told how to evolve like a Clamperl to a Gorbis or a whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In this, do they tell you how?
No, you have to look
You
it up.
have
Yeah,
to.
some-
Look
I'm
some of
sure,
them you gotta learn.
I'm sure there are special notes somewhere, like on a sign, or maybe some like random little girl in a house will say like, "Oh, did you know to evolve this Pokemon? You have to like go hang yourself upside or something like that."
One thing
That's
is
so
like,
meta.
no, I was gonna say one thing that I saw about. I'm not sure if it's the same in Japanese, but the English translations or serializations overseas, they make jokes about it in game. Just like little quips and stuff, and it's pretty cool.
There's an NPC that you find in the
oh my god,
the
I think I know
battle-
which one you're talking about.
the battle mansion, or fuck, I forget what it's called, but she basically like you go around the battle man. I'm drawing drawing a blank on what it's called, but she basically in all caps she's just like, I am not human, I only battle, that is like my life, I can't do anything but battle, and you're just like, what is this?
Well,
it's fucking creepy.
There's also like that elite trainer that's the over 9,000 guy, and it's like, wow,
Right.
somebody really wanted to put that joke in there.
And there's like this creepy, like I heard, I hadn't played it, but I was watching like playthroughs online, and there was like this creepy ghost girl
oh yeah,
that
yeah,
like
yeah.
appears behind you and then disappears. Like it's something really
Yeah, it was
spooky.
supposed to have come off of. I think there was some kind of. I think it was a glitch or something in Blue and Red. There was supposed to be something in Celadon City. I think it's either Celadon or Saffron, one of the big cities.
Yeah.
And there was supposed to be just like a ghost sprite that appears or something in there. And I think I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but it could be paying a homage. I saw something. There's probably on Digino Gaming.
Well, I really like Pokemon, especially 'cause, I mean, they've always had like kind of roots in death, especially the first game with Marowak's mother, with Team Rocket and all that. So I like that, especially. I mean, this was life and death. You know?
Oh yeah, this one
This
had
was-
spoiler. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, like this one had life and death was
That was
addressed
the main.
a lot.
That was the main story point. I mean, in X you had a machine of life, and then in Y you had a machine of death.
By the way, which one did you get?
I got X.
Oh, same here.
Because Charizard X, Mega Charizard X looks super cool.
Okay,
I had to
it
get
looks
Dragon
it
Charizard.
looks super cool, but then when
It's
I
not-
first got him, it's still cool, but I wish it was real flames coming out of
Yeah.
his mouth instead of like these weird whisker things.
Also, Y. I think the Y Charizard's better because you get the better attack and more speed. But in X you get the Dragon type, so that's the trade off.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Can I make a complaint?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited to hear about the Mega Evolutions. I thought it was a step in the right direction. I thought, like, bravo Nintendo for finally doing something new with the Pokemon idea.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had Mega Evolutions for every single.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you know
Yeah.
how many fucking Pokemon there are? Like that's hard to do. man.
718.
You
So
know what?
I'm
with
happy.
the disk space, with like the hard drive space that they, well, not hard drive, but you know what?
Yeah.
The flash, whatever mode of whatever they use. I feel like they could have had space for. I feel like they could have done it. Maybe do it differently with like not with the stones because you'd have to get like 800 different stones.
Yeah.
But I feel like.
But again, dude, that's going back and that's hiring a whole other team to do redesigns for everything, and that's more staff, and it's just it'd be great. It's like a fucking wet dream, but it's honestly just not plausible as if you want to get a game out. You
I
know?
would love a Mega Kabutops. I would love like a Mega, like Rhyperior or something.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know why they chose a Bomb of Snow.
Rhyperior is new. Like Rhyperior just came out.
Yeah, it just came out, so
I don't. Yeah, they went.
There's no
the
real point.
the fucking Kangaskhan.
That was hilarious.
Weirdest, like, oh man, I'm gonna make my baby fight.
Alright.
What the hell is that?
If anything, that debunks the Cubone rumor about being an abandoned Kangaskhan kid.
What was that? I forget what show or what movie it was. I think it might have been Community. And Professor Chang, which like where he absorbs his like twin sister in utero. So he's like, now I have the strength of a man and a baby girl. And I feel like that's the Kangaskhan Mega Evolution. Like now I'm not just Kangaskhan, I'm Kangaskhan plus the strength of a baby.
Hey, that's the secret, man. You corner in the fight. Just use your baby, man. Just start swinging it around.
It kills me. The Mega Blastoise does not use its cannon.
Dude, the Mega Blaster looks so sick.
Yeah, but its power, its special power is like the pulse thing. Like it like if you have pulse moves, like it heightens them, which suck because then Water Pulse is a 60 attack move. It's not great.
Right.
Dragon Pulse it can't learn unless you do through breeding, and that's a pain in the ass. And then like Dark Pulse and Dragon, I don't know if you can learn Dragon Pulse, but that's its only special like ability when it only like boosts pulse moves, and I feel like that's kind of lame in a little way.
Yeah, all I know is that like with the Mega Evolutions, like it's so cool seeing Mewtwo X and Y because like one looks like Majin Buu and the other one looks like fucking Frieza, and it's so tight. Like that was what I saw. I was like, Y looks like Majin Buu with like the head thing, and then you got X looking like Frieza, like more of battle
I
form.
totally see that. I hadn't thought of that. That's yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was really cool. And you're right. We can go talking about on and on about
Yeah.
Pokemon, but let's move on to the next
Okay.
thing.
We should have a Pokemon themed podcast
Hell
at
yeah.
some point.
Oh, dude,
One day.
that'll just be going on and on.
I'm totally down for that.
Well, maybe we'll see how this goes. Because we'll see. If this doesn't work out, then yeah, that'll be our next project. So let's see. Next thing that we have is I don't know if you guys read manga enough. A lot.
I used to read Naruto and Bleach and Case Closed, but it's been a while.
Oh, okay, well then just real quick. Really good manga is ending. Beelzebub. If I recall, it's about only 300 chapters, maybe. Or no, it's like 272 something like that, or 239, 239. And I'm just sad to find out that it's ending in March. It's it's one of those like Shonen Jump mangas, but it's really fucking funny. You know, high school delinquent, the most badass high school delinquent ever, goes to the school of delinquents, like the most delinquent school ever, and he just so happens to come upon a naked baby that comes out of a guy that's dead in the river who splits in half.
That's really creepy.
You know what's crazier is that the baby is
devil?
the devil. It's the son of the devil. It's Beelzebub, and it becomes attached to his evilness, even though it's not really evil. It's just
Angst.
No, not angst. He's actually very comedic, and he just has this aura about him. I don't know how to explain it best, but like, kid becomes attached to him. He's very honorific, and at the same time badass as hell, and it's just really cool. It has a lot of gag manga elements in it, kind of like Bobobo at some points. But I don't know, it gets pretty fun. It breaks the fourth wall a lot, like how Deadpool would, but but more comedic. So I don't know if you guys ever get the chance, I would suggest it because it's ending now. There's only a couple of arcs, but it's really good.
And you're saying it's only 300? 300?
Under 300 chapters.
You know, I think that's good because if one goes like. One of the reasons I got out of Naruto and Bleach and Detective Conan is because they went on too damn long.
Well, let me put it. You know what's great is that the guy knows, he's like, all right, I've gone as far as I can with this, and I'm done with it now. So he has an endpoint. This is what happened to Bleach. Fucking Tite Kubo, however you pronounce his fucking name, the guy who did Bleach. He was getting tired of Bleach and wanted to end it. At least this is what I heard.
That's what the Eisen thing was.
Yeah, this is what I heard, is that he wanted to fucking end it, but Shonen Jump was like, or whatever companies working for was like, no, you can't end it. You're like cash cow. So it's like, all right, fine. You want me to keep working on this? I'll work on this. And he fucking ran it to the ground.
Oh, jeez.
He created such bad story arcs that they're like, fine, please just kill it off. So now he's trying to end it. I don't know if he has a plan, but that's what I've been hearing from my like dork anime friends.
Honestly, that's
discount dork anime.
I love Boo, but so they Dragon Ball Z'd it. That's exactly what happened with Dragon Ball Z. He wanted to end it after Cell, and they were like, no, you have to keep going. It's like, fine, I'm gonna make a giant pink monster that turns people into cookies.
Hey. Boo is cool. I like Majin.
Boo is I like Boo. I like Kid Boo, but he was basically like, here's what I'll do. How about I make them fuse, and then they'll spit out ghosts that explode when they touch you.
Dude, that was fucking awesome.
I agree, but it was stupid. But it was stupid. It was stupid awesome.
It keeps in with the Dragon Ball stuff. Like some
I'm
of that
just
shit
saying,
was stupid, man.
I'm just saying
awesome.
he did the same thing. Like it's.
Let me tell you, stupid. Super Saiyan 3.
Oh, what are you talking about? I love Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 4 was terrible.
Super Saiyan 3, I wish I saw more of, but it didn't because it was so like unstable or something.
Yeah, no, yeah. It was supposed to be like
It was unstable with Gotenks.
Well, it was unstable with Goku too because like he said he hadn't learned to control his form, so it would drain him. And I think within canon, what they were saying, just in Dragon Ball Z canon, because it was completely rewritten for GT. Which, fuck GT, I didn't like GT.
Yeah, me either.
Goku was saying that, like, it drains his life force. And when he was dead,
yeah, no life force to drain.
Right, well, what it did was it drained his time on Earth. Because, he gets the 24 hours. So by using it even a little bit, it drained that time. And when he went to Otherworld, like, that was the only reason he could use it in Otherworlds because he's already dead. But I think that was one of the things that they were saying is that it kind of drains his life. I think that's what they said was canon. But originally, like going back to what you Eric were saying about them going a little too far. Well, Toriyama wanted it was the Cell Saga was supposed to pass on like the main character role to Gohan, but people it's like Goku. You can't replace Goku, so they did bring him back.
Yeah,
a bit more.
I mean, I feel like they destroyed with the Saiyaman thing. Like I really like.
Oh well,
Goten.
that's just like Sailor Moon. I mean, come on, that's a character you need in a Japanese.
I guess they didn't need it up to that point. I really like Gohan, and then they made him grow up and turn into this nerdy dude, very like corny, and I didn't like it.
Well, dude, let's just agree though. Like Teen Gohan's best Gohan, right?
Teen Gohan is the best.
Yeah,
where, like,
Teen Gohan was fucking
he just
best,
defeats Cell and his arms all fucked up, and he's super. Yeah, he's awesome.
Father, son,
He's
Kamehameha.
kick-ass.
I'm gonna have to completely disagree with you. I liked School Gohan because everyone else is so macho, and like Vegeta is like the exact opposite, and it goes through that range where it's like Vegeta, Trunks, Goku, and then Gohan.
I wouldn't call Goku very macho. He's kind of like the sweet.
No, but it's kind of
He's
like
a fucking dumbass.
that range.
But no, I get what you're saying. I do. I understand it. But it's like he was less powerful as like a 16-year-old than he was as like a 12-year-old, and I was just like, or no, wait, it was 7 years. He was 7-year gap, right, between Cell and. So it was
Oh,
like,
you're talking about Gohan?
yeah, so it was like 11 and 18. He was less powerful than his kid self, and I thought, like, I was like,
Yeah,
Gohan-
yeah. See, that's what
I
people
kind
had
of-
kind of were like, and then that's why they gave him this mystic form.
yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like it still doesn't matter. Like, like what's hilarious, why I don't like GT that much is they rewrote stuff. You know, they retconned a lot of stuff. Like yeah, Gohan's supposed to be fucking powerful, and yet he barely. I know, you know, he grows up and shit, but he barely has a presence in there in
Yeah.
GT. And it's like you could have fucking saved the world.
I did like, you know what, I like Pan. I actually had a crush on Pan when I was a little kid.
Reading a lot of them fan fictions, did you? Reading more dojins, huh?
Oh, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think actually Dragon Ball Z hentai was the first hentai I ever looked at, and I think I was like 9 or 10.
Dragon Ball. No, see, I remember it being like we like Dragon Ball, and then this one kid goes, "You ever read Dragon Ball X?" And we're like, oh, "What's that? Is that like a new thing?" And then we
What
go,
is
"Oh
that?
God! Oh, it's a dojin. Like you know, they take a work and then they make like their own little fan
Like
fiction
a-
work, but
a
most of
porn
the time,
manga. And-
well, it's
Ooh.
it's not always porn, but at the same time, like a lot of it's porn. Yeah, Doja's like fan made, I guess you should say,
Okay,
or like
okay.
an offshoot. Yeah, like it was pretty much porn, and like I remember as kids we were like, oh my
yeah,
God.
Yeah, I was on. If anybody out there remembers Newgrounds, hell, that was.
Oh my
that
God.
that was me.
Dating games.
The handy games,
man.
the dress ups. That was basically my childhood. That was me hitting puberty.
Oh, I mean now fucking Zone Sama. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, Dragon
Moving
Ball.
on.
Yeah, but yeah, again, I'm really sad that Beelzebub is ending because I love the humor. The comedy was like right within my heart. It was just badass and super epic. Very likable characters. Like I don't really think there was one that I didn't like. And I don't know. I'm just sad to see it go, but at the same time, kind of happy to see that it's gonna end on a good note.
No.
I gotta say, there is one thing that's starting up shortly. Have you? And it's related to the manga, except it's a graphic novel.
Uh-huh.
The Fight Club sequel.
What?
Oh yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah.
The, Chuck Palahniuk or Palahniuk is making
That sounds right.
is making a sequel to Fight Club in the format of a graphic novel.
Okay, wait. So I'm sorry. So is the main character is he still seeing? What's his name? Chuck. What's Brad Pitt's character's name again? Chuck. Or Tyler.
Tyler Durden and
Is
Jack.
He's not seeing him anymore. So what's the plot? 'Cause
Okay.
He tried to blow. You know what? Spoilers. Wait.
Wait, hang on. Is it based off of the book or the movie? Because I thought that the movie ended on a different note than the book.
I'm assuming it's based off the movie. I don't know. I read the book. I don't remember the difference. I really don't. But there's no spoilers for Fight Club. It's
Okay,
been
fine. So he
fucking
tries
12 years.
So it ends with him. He puts a gun in his mouth. He pulls the trigger to get to because he's reached the mental state where he's ready to kill himself and like end it. And by doing so, he misses. He hits his brain. He just goes through his mouth and he ends up with like that giant gash in his face. But he kills Tyler because he was ready to kill
Yeah,
himself.
it's
and so
symbolic,
that part of
symbolic.
exactly. He symbolically kills Tyler. And then what's her face? The
Darla.
Darla, right?
Tim Burton's wife.
Tim Burton's wife. She goes with him and they hold hands while they watch the fucking like city collapse around them. All like the credit card, like all the banks and stuff.
right.
to, like, yeah.
Erases the credit.
So,
Yeah.
so is it going to basically follow their organization after the chaos?
No, it follows their married life.
No,
Whoa,
whoa.
that's gonna be
Now
weird.
let me-
That sounds awful.
Let me read
That's
this because
it's terrible.
I pulled up an article from how they explained it from Comic-Con over the summer.
All right.
And
Summarize. Yeah.
I'll read it. Okay. It says, quote, "Nowadays, Tyler is telling the story lurking inside Jack and ready to launch a comeback. Jack is oblivious. Marla is bored. Their marriage has run aground on the rocky coastline of middle-aged suburban boredom. It's only when their little boy disappears, kidnapped by Tyler, that Jack is dragged back into the world of mayhem.
But he killed Tyler. You can't just bring him back.
Well,
after
I mean,
that.
it could be that you know that trope. Where it's like, you know, the person never really does. They'll always be with you. Stop them for only a little while.
Oh, geez.
Like if
Mental
that makes
manifestation.
the ending. That makes the ending suck for me. Then, like, unless if he doesn't actually kill Tyler and he just puts him off for a little bit, like, I hate that idea. I really hate it.
Screw you! I'm excited.
You know what? And I'm actually gonna be in the middle. You know what? I will just wait to see how it is. You know, it may turn out the way that Eric is saying that he just hates it. It's a dumb idea, or you know, it could go Preston's way and he really like it. But I think we should wait and see.
It's gonna go my way.
Is he? Well, I mean, it sounds like the author's looking for
Well,
money.
I can just go both
Sounds
ways.
like
on this
he's
one.
just trying to get. He's run out of ideas. He knows that Fight Club 2 is gonna make money, and that's what he's trying to do.
Well, I mean, it's not a movie. It's a graphic novel.
I know,
correct?
but still, I mean, probably will be made in a movie
You know, I'm
next 10 years.
I'm a big proponent, but that's not the right word. But I just am a fan of Chuck Palahniuk to the point where, you know what, I'll read whatever the hell he writes, and it's weird, it's gruesome, it's violent, but that's the appeal of the author. And if he's willing to write more, especially, I love Fight Club. You know, even if this is run aground, I'm still excited to expand on that universe.
Okay, yeah, I could get that. Like, I think Better Call Saul is gonna suck, but I am happy that they're expanding the Breaking Bad universe.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking
Yeah.
Bad. They're
Oh,
making a
oh,
spin-off.
yeah. Oh, really?
Better Call Saul.
Better
They're
Call
calling
Saul.
Saul the lawyer before the events of Breaking Bad, and him leading up to becoming Walter White's lawyer.
Is it going to be more quirky or dark? Because
Quirky.
it is quirky.
It's gonna be fun. It's from what I've heard, it's gonna be more comedic.
This is one series that I really missed the
Exactly.
bandwagon on, but
It's
That's
gotta-
mixing genres. and I don't like that.
As Walter White would say, tread lightly.
Or, you know, anyone from Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
The Sun Elves. Look it up.
speaking of video games being put into shows,
Hey, segue.
well, I don't know. Have you guys been watching House of Cards?
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
I think I'm 4 episodes in.
What was the game that just came up?
I
Because
want
Kevin
to-
Spacey actually is a
Gamer.
a big
He played-
gamer,
he
and
played-
he brings that into the
into
the show, right?
Yeah, he just like he in the episode I just watched. No spoilers, no real spoilers.
Thank you.
It's not a spoiler that he just became vice president. That's that's the whole thing of the second season. But like they're trying to
Second season.
Second season, yeah. They're trying to like proof his house. They're trying to like because he's become the vice president. It's not a spoiler. I mean that's the whole.
I'm not even.
Still,
in
let's
season
just
one.
say spoilers.
Okay,
spoilers
fine.
for anybody out there. If you haven't watched yet, go cover your ears and go la la la.
But
la,
he
la.
tries
la, la,
to
la,
play
la,
God
la.
of War and he can't because there's no internet connection because they're trying to like proof his house because he's the vice president and it's really funny because he can't get his anger out if he's not shooting or stabbing somebody.
That's really funny.
Man, anything with Kevin Spacey, I will watch because Kevin Spacey's amazing.
He's a great actor.
I agree.
Bad Lex Luthor, but that's another.
I don't know. I can't like that was one of the shining spots for me in that movie. Like that to me, that was like one of the shining spots in that terrible movie. Like,
fair
like
enough.
I did like Kryptonite. Like I love that. It was so like cheesy and hilarious, and I was just like, this is hilarious.
Jesse Eisenberg as the next Lex
Oh
Luthor.
my gosh,
Okay,
God no!
Why?
okay.
No.
You know what? Honestly,
Ugh.
I am pretty lenient when it comes to most of this stuff, and I am part of the group of people that didn't. I did not hate Man of Steel. I went in with very low expectations because I don't really care for Superman.
I did
And
same
That's the way
here.
to go about it.
And I actually liked it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. The Kevin Costner thing was a little weird, but I kind of actually like seeing a different Paul Kent, and that's fine with me. I know a lot of people had some issues with it,
No.
but I don't know. Like I'm gonna wait and see. Like I know I've said this with the Fight Club thing, but like yeah, I'll wait to see.
Stop being neutral, Corey. What are you,
You were
Switzerland?
no fun. You're supposed to hate it immediately with no prior knowledge.
Hey.
Hi.
But yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like people like lost their shit when Ben Affleck
I
was
don't
cast.
understand that. Ben Affleck, I feel like could pull off Batman.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
totally
understand why he
agree.
can't.
Like I think people are, what about Daredevil? Like that was terrible. Okay, that was a terrible director, and that was just a terribly written movie. It's kind of hard to work with that. But I mean, if you look at stuff like with Argo and stuff, like
Yeah.
I think it could be fine. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, I would argue he's a great actor.
Oh yeah.
But Jesse Eisenberg, he is too. But it's nothing like any Lex Luthor we've ever seen ever.
Could be good, could be bad. Because that's the same exact thing people said about Heath Ledger. They were like,
Okay,
what the fuck, Ledger?
that is
like,
fair
why is he
enough.
the Joker? And he did a completely different Joker than the norm, and that was really cool, and like that blew up.
Here's the thing, though. Heath Ledger is a method actor. He's a very strong method actor.
True.
Jesse Eisenberg is a comedic actor.
You don't really see him with much range. Yeah, I mean, he kind of plays the same character, kind of.
Now he's not Michael Cera. All right, I mean, he definitely does bring some qualities to it, but it's not playing the same roles over again. Because I mean, like,
yeah,
well, I mean, it
he
is.
played a different role in what was that movie where This Is the End?
Well, you're
Way
talking
different role
about
in that movie.
Michael Cera then, because that was fucking hilarious.
Michael Cera playing Michael Cera.
Well,
Oh
it's
my
I mean,
gosh.
it's everybody playing each other or themselves, and that was just man. I just recently watched that movie again. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
The gimp at the end.
No, now that don't.
Yeah, we're not gonna
don't
spoil that, but
one.
the gimp at the end. Oh,
Oh
my
my
god,
gosh.
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, Preston, have you watched this yet?
You haven't
You need
seen
to
it?
get
Oh
on
my
that
gosh,
shit,
yeah.
man. Like, especially like if you I think you were saying that you can't watch a movie without seeing like A-list actors and be like, it's like Sandra Bullock playing Sandra Bullock
Yeah.
in Gravity.
Okay,
This is right up your alley. Then it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's how I ranted about this earlier to our film teacher, where I hate the idea of A-list actors because whenever they're on movies, they are the A-list actor. They're not an anonymous person that I haven't yet to meet. They're the actors. So like in
It's
Gravity,
hard to see them as their character. Then.
Yes, it bothered me in Gravity because it wasn't like these two brave astronauts. It's George Clooney in space.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
he
it's not
acts like-
not George Clooney. It's Danny Ocean in space.
No, yeah, he does. He is George Clooney in space. He is a handsome, he has George Clooney looks and a George Clooney charm.
I'm gonna say Jew look.
Yeah.
Whoa, man, whoa.
That kind of brings us back a little bit to House of Cards. Kevin Spacey has been known to stray away from public and stray away from interviews because he says the more people know him and the more people see him, the more it takes away from his characters.
That's interesting. That being said, it's still, oh my god, it's Kevin
yeah,
Spacey.
because Kevin Spacey's bam.
I'm
he's
sure.
awesome.
I'm sure I'll love House of Cards because I really do want to watch it. But that is going to distract me, and it always does.
You get past it. The act, he does a great job with
I
especially
think-
his accent's really great.
Well, I think what you do is, you put it in the back of your mind. You say, like, oh yeah, it's Kevin Spacey. Let's see how he brings this character, and you keep it in the back of your mind. But I think that's just a film thing because, we're film students. We all
Yeah.
analyze it a different way.
Yeah.
Like, how garbage is it to watch other movies with film students because we
Oh,
just
I know.
overanalyze
You
everything?
can't enjoy you can't just enjoy a little bad, stupid, funny movie at all.
Well,
because they're-
I mean, I can, but like
Well,
a lot of people that I know, it's just like they start analyzing it, and it's just like,
Do you see the subtle nuance with the Italian neorealism?
yes,
Oh
the
my
mise en scène is just
Mise en
awesome.
scène.
I
No
don't
one
like-
who's ever used that term, mise en scène,
just
ever in like actual conversation.
just professors actually film
just
professors, and that's it.
just our professor.
It's a term made up to sound pretentious. Rant over. Rant over. That's all.
true.
Fair enough.
Oh man. Well, let's move into the next piece of news. So did you guys like you guys play Flappy Birds?
Yes,
That whole thing?
my
Nope.
high score, I am up to 102.
Doesn't matter because it ain't on iOS anymore.
I
so you
downloaded it
guys
the
know.
day before it went off.
Well, all right. So like, the reasoning behind all this. He's saying like the guy, what was his name? Dong Nguyen.
I don't know.
Dong Nguyen.
Dong.
I think that's his name.
That's our secret word of the day. Dong.
Anyways.
Pee-wee
Like,
Herman.
he was saying that he took it down because, like, it's like, oh, I made this game and now it's such a success that it's ruining my simple life.
Oh yeah,
And,
$50,000 a week. That must be so.
But he's in Vietnam,
Oh,
and there's a fear that he could be threatened because now he's a public figure.
Well, I mean, that's gonna happen anyways. But the problem is, there are reports that, like, yeah, he rose up the charts so quickly in such a weird time because he was like, way down in the numbers, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, number 2, and then go to number 1. That people were saying that he got like those like kind of like those kind of Autobot like the bot services that boost numbers, and that
really?
and that's how, like, he paid a little extra on the side
Interesting.
in order to boost his numbers,
Pretty smart.
and then he
Yeah.
made that all back. And so that's why, like, maybe people are saying that's why he's like getting out because he doesn't want this controversy to follow him.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if he used Autobots. I mean, clearly people liked it.
Well, like the thing is, it's like, would he have ever made it if that didn't happen? Like, if he pretty much bought the spot in there, and that's the only reason why people saw the game. Because
Allegedly.
there is a shitload of just like, Angry Bird knockoffs and all this other, all this other
Tiny
stuff.
wings
And
whatnot, yeah.
because of that, because of the whole Flappy Bird incident, the iOS and Google Play stores, they're really enforcing their policy now. In their print, they have something, saying that whatever you put up on there, it can't, it can't be an infringement of like another iOS, and they haven't really enforced it until now because of this issue. So there are a bunch of like Flappy Bird like clones and stuff, and like that are just getting taken down or flat out refused because they're like, no, you're leveraging another person's idea.
I wonder if I can like really quick look up if they're still, because they were like 3 days ago they were still up there, but let's see here.
Well, let's see how it is. But I mean, I think Preston, I think you might know about there's a bunch of like like League of Legends and Minecraft clones, right? Like because these games are so popular that the second they become a hit, all these people swoop in trying to make the quick buck and like make off like not rip-offs, but rip-offs actually.
I mean, these games become a genre of their own. I don't think they're necessarily knockoffs. I think that Minecraft became like the 8-bit block builder genre, and League of Legends became the MOBA.
Yes,
but because League of Legends, if you want to go into those terms, League of Legends was a copy of Dota.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that in particular. It's just the second it becomes like the industry standard or like the forefront for that genre, like Minecraft and League of Legends, they're like at the forefront. They're the most popular things ever, and it gives rise to just a bunch of clones made by people who just want a quick buck. And you could technically argue that's what Flappy Birds is from Angry Birds. And they're actually stemming the flow now, saying that if it's anywhere close to being kind of a similar thing, it'll get checked out, and if it's too close, they're gonna ban it.
By the way, in the top 10 free apps right now in the top charts, there are 3 knockoffs of Flappy Bird still in the top 10. There is Splashy Fish. There is Dumpy Doggy. Dumpy, like the dog name.
Yeah.
And there is City Bird, the Flappy Flyer.
Also, if you didn't notice, number 1 is Flying Cyrus.
Flying Cyrus. All right, the
Miley
Wrecking Ball.
Cyrus on the Wrecking Ball, which is so stupid. And in reality, like these games, they don't take much to make, and then you make them and they become huge, and you make like you were saying for fucking the guy that did Flappy Bird is like $50,000 a day, and that's how they make their bank, and that's what people are just jumping on. And now iOS is. And Google Play are trying to stem that flow, which could be a good thing because, way less apps coming on. And this is kind of how, the video game bubble burst back in the 80s and 90s. Like, there were too many developers making too many games and the bubble just burst.
Yeah.
So this is technically is what could happen to the iOS and Google Play stores. And that would suck because that's the next thing... that's the next big thing is mobile gaming. I mean, it's already here, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was just an interesting thing that came up, and I think it's a good thing that they're finally putting at least a little bit of a halt on it, because before it was like they would only stop it if like they examined your game and you're using like the same code or you just like changed assets, and like yeah, that's fucked up. But like it's also kind of like messed up to just exploit people with like shitty versions of popular things.
Yeah, I get that.
The thing about apps is that I don't buy into their marketability at all, because let me give you an example. Draw Something. When was the last time you played Draw Something?
Oh my gosh.
Words with Friends, Hanging with Friends. These games that you put in so much money towards, they have such a small lifespan, and then they're
holy
forgotten.
shit, is that lifespan explosive?
Yeah,
that's the thing, because everybody was playing Draw with Friends or Draw Something.
For like
Words
2
with
weeks.
Friends, yeah. But oh my god, like
everyone was
every
doing
day,
it.
not only the buying of the game, but the advertising too nets you a shitload of money.
Yep.
So it's like that's the new thing: is you get in, get out. Just make something, make it huge, and then get out. That's it.
I think they're trying to be either Angry Birds or Candy Crush. I mean, those ones, they went big and they stayed big for a very long time.
I heard something on another podcast. what was it, Candy Stripe or something like that? It was
About the guy who made a Candy Stripe like a game like it before Candy Crush.
yeah, it had like the same like art style and everything, like the lettering and everything. And now the developers King, I think is the company that's
King
getting,
Games,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. They are pulling in a cease and desist, and they're making him pull his game because it's so similar.
Here's what happened. This guy this was on Reddit. This is what I read. This guy developed a game for I believe his mother who had passed away, and he made this game to honor her because she really loved those type of games, and he did it in honor of her, and because he was starting a family. He had 2 young kids, and he made this before Candy Crush was a thing, and he licensed I think it was like he licensed something for the game. I forget what it was. That Candy Crush couldn't argue against because they came after.
So it was made 2010. The date's
yes,
very
yes,
important.
2 years,
That'll
2 years
come
after.
back.
Candy Crush then bought out a game that came before Candy Swipe, so they can use now that since they own that game now, they can use that to sue him and make him give him a cease and desist.
Okay, because I was deceased.
A cease and desist. My bad. Cease and desist.
Because buying that property, that I think it came out in 2008 or something. I think it was a long time ago. That property that came out that long ago, they could use that as like, oh, our property was there first. You were stepping on our trademark.
Yeah. It's an evil company. I mean, it's a company for kids. It's a game for kids that put $30, $40 like bonuses that kids can just go touch and charge to their parents. Accounts when they're not looking.
P2P is just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's an addicting game. Through my last semester. 2 semesters ago, it's how I got through my semester with all the stress. I would just go into a corner and play Candy Crush, and it got me out of it. But they're an evil company. But then again, aren't most?
I'm so proud to be able to say that I never got into Candy Crush or Flappy Bird.
Woo!
Yes, I can say that with you, man. I was like, nope.
I spend a lot of my time pooping, and so it's my crack.
Which one?
Both. Candy Crush and Flappy Bird.
Speaking of crack, Jay Leno. just kidding. Or am I? But Jay Leno retired from the Tonight Show. So have you guys caught the Jimmy Fallon, the first episode of the Tonight Show? Jimmy Fallon.
I like Jimmy Fallon. I think I didn't like him at first because like Conan's show sucked in his first year. Conan and he admitted he needed a few years to get his show to where a good rhythm. And that's how I felt about Jimmy for a while. He's a really funny guy. His show was hilarious. There was a bit where like, oh, you who you are, who bet me $100 I would never be the host of the Tonight Show.
Huh?
Well, now you have to pay up. And then a string of celebrities came out, threw $100 bills. Colbert came out last with a bucket of pennies and just poured it all over him.
Oh, that's funny.
sick.
It was awesome. I like Jimmy Fallon. I think he's gonna do a great job.
The thing about Jimmy Fallon is that I hated him in SNL, and I feel like I feel like it took him a long time to get comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Fallon was the one that would always like look at the camera and like
And
bring
laugh.
it and laugh.
Yeah. He
But
was
I mean
really
that became a shtick,
Yeah.
That became a shtick, and like it's hilarious.
But he seems like a really good guy, and he is funny. Yeah, I think he's gonna do a great job. I liked Jay Leno before the whole thing with Conan. I know it's bad to say that, if you liked his content before, why wouldn't you like his content after? But it sucks what he did to him, and I can never look past it because I am a huge Conan supporter. I'm actually gonna go see Conan this Monday.
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch! It's gonna be awesome.
I know.
Now my facts aren't really straight, but I don't think Leno himself had anything to do with it. It was I think it was more of like the broadcast
But
company.
they asked Jay Leno, Conan and Jay, they made an agreement that Jay would leave in 5 years and then Conan would take it, and that's what happened. Jay left and Conan took it. NBC asked, they weren't getting the ratings that they had with Jay, so they went to Jay and said, "Hey, would you come back?"
Yeah, Jay should have been the bigger man.
Jay should have been the bigger man and said no and let Conan take it, but he didn't. He didn't like retirement, and so he came back and he took it away from Conan. And
I'm so skeptical about stories like that. Like,
we'll never know for sure.
I know. I mean, on the flip side, then Conan basically, like, I heard like when Conan was asking Jay to leave and to give him Tonight Show, he was being a lot more forceful Like he was being like not forceful, but he wasn't being the nicest guy about it, saying like trying to get him to retire. Like I heard Conan was being kind of pushy about it. So I mean there are both sides to it, but I don't know. I'm Team Coco.
I still like there's so much politics behind that I don't believe any story that comes out of it because everything is either sugar coated or just way off the scale.
That's true.
But yeah, I'm not a big like late night show kind of guy. Like I never really watched too many of it. I will watch Conan. Conan's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I like
And
this doesn't count as the same, but like Daily Show and whatnot.
I think Andy Richter is probably the best show assistant I've ever.
Yeah.
Out of all three, I don't like Jimmy Fallon's assistant. I like Jimmy Fallon. I don't like his assistant. I don't think he adds much. What was fucking Jay Leno's guitar player? What was his name?
Oh, was he?
Nah, me neither. But he was pretty good. But I really like Andy Richter. He adds a lot to the show.
I do like Andy. How do you feel about? And I had to look up his name. How do you feel about Seth Meyers taking over?
I think Seth Meyers does a good job in SNL. I don't see why not. I think he's been on SNL longer than anyone besides me. Who's still on SNL with him? Kenan Thompson, like old cast
Kenan.
members. Oh, Kenan.
And now where's Kel?
I heard Kel.
He didn't die.
Yes,
didn't
yeah,
die.
he did not die.
He bought,
I thought that was hilarious.
Kel bought, I believe, with his brother, a chain of restaurants.
Was it
Oh, that's
KFC?
cool.
Because that was the last commercial I remember.
I was gonna say
him
Good
in.
Burger.
that'd be too easy.
That'd
Man.
be-
That'd
yeah.
be too easy.
I would
Because
give
then he'd
it-
have to be
I would
there,
fight- yeah.
and he'd have to be, do the whole Kel voice and everything.
I would eat
Oh
Good
man.
Welcome to Good Burger.
Home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
It's on. I'm so psyched it's on Netflix now.
Oh man, dude, like all those old shows, man. Real quick, how good were the '90s?
90s were the fucking when Nickelodeon decided to bring back 90s shows. I think that was the best.
Oh yes,
decision
yes,
they've ever made.
Yes, the '90s are back, man.
Okay, well, very quick, just like in a row. What favorite 90s Nick show?
Rugrats.
Oh my god.
I'll go with Hey Arnold.
Oh, that's a close second right there,
No,
man.
Rocco's Modern Life.
All right.
Ooh,
interesting.
okay, going a little bit farther back. But
Because
that-
it was so dirty.
It was so dirty.
Oh, it was.
Oh baby,
Nipples
oh,
of the
baby,
future.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, that popped up on Reddit today. That was Rocco's job.
He was-
He was a sex phone operator.
Yep.
There was something that was brought up on Reddit, and we're going to be bringing up Reddit a lot on this
Yeah.
podcast. So
well, they will. I won't.
that's all I ever do.
By the way, this fucker actually got me into Reddit because I was on 9gag one day in my lighting class, and he looks over and he's just like, 9gag, yeah, I used to go on 9gag.
which fucker?
Preston.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Preston, this guy right here, was just like, yeah, 9gag's cool. You know, I used to go on 9gag. Now I'm going Reddit. It's way better. And I was like, oh, that's what everyone's been
Hey, it could have been
me.
worse. It could have been more 4chan.
I'm
a Reddit supremacist. 9gag can suck it.
I like 9gag. I like Reddit. I used to be. I haven't gone on 4chan in a while, but
Yeah. Well, either way, going way back, Jimmy Fallon show or late night or Tonight Show. Jimmy Fallon.
yeah,
Good show. Good
I'm
show.
excited. First guest was Will Smith, and they did a
Oh, shit.
They did an evolution of hip hop dance together.
I did see that online. Fucking twerk section was fucking weird. But they had the Carlton in there.
But they had the
Carlton. Another thing that happened on the Jimmy Fallon show, which I'm going to use to segue into the Get Hype section of this show.
Segues.
Oh, shut up. It takes some work to set this shit up, man. They played the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, the first one,
Yep.
besides just, the little mini teasers that they had. This one was actually a bit of a trailer. I don't know have you guys watched it?
I've seen it.
I know you watched the show, but
Yeah.
but Preston, you haven't seen it
I
yet?
had no clue who they were.
Right. Well, okay. So Guardians of the Galaxy, pretty like it. Honestly, they're not very mainstream Marvel. Like not a lot of people. I'm a pretty big comic buy, especially Marvel, and the only people I really knew was Rocket Raccoon and Drax and Groot.
Wait,
There's a
Raccoon?
raccoon.
Rocket
yeah.
Raccoon.
He's a raccoon.
Yeah. Like
Ileana watched the trailer with my girlfriend watched the trailer with me, and she's watching. It's like, there's a fucking raccoon, and this is a Marvel movie.
Oh.
It's a fucking raccoon.
No, dude. If anything, Marvel makes more sense. They have fucking Howard the Duck. Like, Marvel, if anything, is going to be the one that has weird fucking animal like
Have
Squirrel Girl.
have-
Squirrel Girl.
Have you guys watched?
All right.
Have you guys watched Dick Figures? There's a hilarious animation, like online animated series that actually came out with a full-length movie recently. It's called Dick Figures. It's through like Mondo Media, I think.
Oh, fucking Mondo Media.
Hilarious show, Dick Figures. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's super funny. But they have a raccoon samurai that speaks like Japanese to them, and he's like this very old, ancient. Always talks about being a warrior back in like Japan, like thousands of years ago.
Well, like that actually sounds pretty good.
It's-
We'll have to check it out later. But like, do you know, Preston? Do you know who's playing Rocket Raccoon?
I'm watching the trailer right now on my phone, and you're not kidding. There is a raccoon.
Yeah, it's Rocket.
Yeah.
Rocket Raccoon is a mercenary. He's fucking like badass. Like he looks fluffy and cute, but no, he's gonna fucking eviscerate you. Like one of his like in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like one of his intro like dialogues is like. He's gonna choke you out with your own intestines, and it's fucking like holy shit, it's Rocket Raccoon. But Bradley Cooper is gonna be playing him.
Really?
Yeah, so it's gonna be
Interesting.
really cool. Speaking of who's playing who, fucking if you guys are any wrestling fans, because I am a fucking huge wrestling fan, been since like, as a kid. Fucking Batista's playing Drax the Destroyer, super badass, nigh invincible warrior. So I'm really excited for that, especially after seeing him in. Man with the Iron Fist was unfortunately not great, but I don't know. It would just be really cool to see.
You know who I'm also psyched about? Chris Pratt is playing the lead.
Yes,
Chris Pratt
yes.
from Parks and Rec fame, just recently in the Lego Movie. Started in the Lego Movie.
Yes.
And you look at him in the trailer versus Parks and Rec. He got handsome. that guy's looking good. Like good on you, Chris. Like you look fantastic.
Yeah, he's playing Star-Lord. He's gonna be the main lead for
Yeah.
this. It's gonna be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But like one thing that you noticed during the trailer is it's got a weird, lighthearted kind of like feel to it. Like a
Yeah,
lot of
it's-
jokes
it's a
being made.
comedy.
I mean, again, you have this weird like team that not a lot of people know about, and it's like you have fucking raccoon guy. You have a literal just like
A tree guy.
Tree guy. His name is Groot, and it's just like fucking. It's like. The main worry that I had when this was first announced, like way like what is it, a year and a half ago? I don't.
I think
like,
it was at last year's Comic-Con.
well
I
like
forget.
it was announced a little while ago, and like it's like wow, I barely know anything about these guys. Like, how are they gonna get marketed to like to the general public? I mean, like honestly, Marvel's put out some great
Yeah.
stuff. Like
Oh, yeah.
Marvel Disney and like all that. They put out some great movies that are accessible to everybody.
I'm-
But it's just like this will be interesting to see how it's marketed, and I don't know. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hyped.
Yeah, and you know what? I really like Disney, and say what you will, I think they do great stuff with Pixar. They do great stuff with Marvel. I think they're gonna do great stuff
One
with Star
good thing
Wars.
about not the Star Wars thing, we can get into like a whole nother thing. But the one good thing that they do is that they just own Marvel. They don't step in creatively.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
let
yeah.
they let it have free
Yeah,
reign,
of
which
course.
is why like J.J. Abrams, he they're letting him do this. He took a step back. He looked at for the Star Wars films. He's directing the new Star Wars films. He took a step back, looked at the new trilogy, the newer trilogy, and a lot of people complain there's too much CG. There like it doesn't like we like the practical effects. So you know what he did? He fucking commissioned a 1-to-1 scale working set of a Millennium Falcon.
That's awesome.
It's an entire set
That's incredible.
of the Millennium Falcon. So it is a huge practical set, and it's gonna be amazing.
yeah.
I'm so happy for it.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah,
Huh.
so I have I have some pretty good hopes for this film. Like I know some people don't agree. I think they can't make it any worse.
Oh God, no!
Like they can't make it worse.
I believe in JJ. I think he's definitely one of the better directors out there today.
I mean, as long as like the lightsabers aren't super huge lens flares the entire time, but
which let's be honest, they will be. If
I'm
Star
so
Trek,
afraid of that.
if Star Trek is any indication,
no,
it will
well,
be.
The lens flares ruined Star Trek for
I
me.
think in they had interviews where they mentioned that and he's like, yeah, I went a little crazy with the lens flare. So it's definitely gonna be
He
toned
actually
down.
had to go back and digitally remove lens flares
That's
because apparently what
hilarious.
the story was he showed it to his wife, and his wife was like, I have no idea what's going on. There's too much shit on the screen.
Now, stylistic choice, I guess. Going back to Marvel, they also have the new Netflix deal, which I'm excited
Oh
for.
yes, we're gonna be getting Daredevil.
We're gonna get
as
a
a miniseries.
We're gonna get 4 new miniseries. We're gonna get Daredevil's gonna be one of them, and then 3 lesser known heroes. So each one of them is gonna get their own 10 episode miniseries, and then they're gonna make a sort of Avengers like miniseries that's gonna take all 4 of those.
like the B team.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna take all 4
Which
of
is
those.
cool.
Yeah, and combine them into one big one. I mean,
I mean, yeah, that looks cool. I feel like we're gonna get like Luke Cage and like all the like the Streetwalker kind of like Daredevil Blade and all that. But you know what's the cool thing is like what I really want to see, like let's give some love to Deadpool because the Deadpool movie has been like in purgatory forever, which I'm fine with because I'm not sure how that would work out in a movie, but as far as like on screen. I think a miniseries would work really well. And
get
you don't
Ryan Reynolds. Get Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, and don't rape him. Don't rape him like you did in Wolverine Origins. But like what would be cool is they have like buddy cop kind of like kind of thing with Deadpool and Cable. That's actually a pairing in the Marvel universe where it's like like the wisecracking smartass and the super like straight shooter because like Cable's like from the future has like this whole dark backstory and he's fucking serious as hell, and then you have Deadpool who's like fucking cracking wise every second, and I would like to see that. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Get on it, Marvel. We're watching.
Speaking of watching stuff,
segue.
Segue.
Such a forced segue.
Oh, shut up, man. It's hard to come up with segues, okay? Fucking the RoboCop reboot. That's the next movie on my list. Hey, okay. Let me say this. Did you guys watch the original RoboCop?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Then you can't say shit,
I'm
Preston.
still gonna hate it.
The original one was great because of how bad it was, and it meant to be bad. This one's taking itself too seriously. It seems. I haven't watched. The movie hasn't come out yet. It just seems like it's going to take itself too seriously.
You know what? I can say this though. RoboCop didn't mean to be as bad as you're giving it credit for. I think it's being bad within the context of an '80s film.
Yeah.
So to us that would be like super campy, but back then that was just kind of like the
it's
the kind of style. But at the same time, like I get what you mean. It wasn't Terminator.
I think RoboCop only works because it's campy.
Yeah, that's true. But what I've been hearing actually some pretty decent stuff about this. Like they're saying that it doesn't have the camp and spirit of the first one, but they did a great job at modernizing it and giving it a nice sleek look because now we have the technology to actually make a fucking nice RoboCop, which is one thing that's like pulling me in is holy shit, it looks sleek as hell. Like, they have that line like, well, Silver's a little flashy. Let's make him a little more tactical. Like, that is true. That'd be fucking hilarious. Like, it doesn't fly. That could have flown back in the 80s and whatever, but it doesn't fly now. Like, because you want a little more realism. But I don't know. I think it looks cool. They're adding a new human element with the human hand. Some people don't like it. I think it would be interesting. And I generally like reboots just to see,
really,
how it would go.
But they don't usually turn out good.
Yeah, that's true. They may not turn out good, but at the same time, it's just cool to see a new vision for it. Right. And I think if there's one thing that you can do is you can bring, an older movie that we could like with Pacific Rim. I loved Pacific Rim because we had the technology and we have the money now to make a competent mech film. Like, because before, like, it was, man in suit kind of thing, and it looked, hokey like the Godzilla films, which is, by the way, don't even get me started on Godzilla 2014, because I can go on and on. Yeah, but, like, it's I think where we are now is now we can bring back some of the stuff that was either campy or, like, dumb at the time because we didn't have the special effects for it, and make it, passable at least. And I don't know. I'm going to give it a chance. I did like the original one. I'm just going to take this as its own separate movie and just enjoy it, especially for the visuals, because the visuals look really cool.
I hope that just as a little cameo, Red from that 70s show, who played the bad guy in the original RoboCop, I hope that he just has a cameo. He doesn't have to be big. I just want to see him and his evil fucking gangster smile because he's OG.
Oh, man. That is one thing. Is like that was pretty campy, and that was cool about it. And it does look like they are trying to take a more serious approach and trying to delve more into the character of RoboCop because they're giving more screen time to his son and his wife and everything, and they're gonna have like the human hand element, which is his last link to humanity or whatever. But I don't know. The one thing that I am disappointed about is you watching the trailers and the way he becomes RoboCop is looks like a car bomb. Like, that's the one thing I really wish they didn't do, because I love the original RoboCop where he's getting shot the fuck up and he's just like bits of him are flying off everywhere. Like, that was like awesome. But I'll give that a pass because it's not gonna be the same. Like, it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be a little bit of a different story.
If they did that, they'd have to make it more gory. They're making PG-13, right? It's a PG-13 RoboCop.
Yes, and that's the one thing.
That's another thing.
That's another worry that people could have, but I'm fine with that. I mean, they can work with a PG-13.
Yeah, I mean, PG-13, the standards for it nowadays are like
Yeah,
are way back in the day.
and you know what? I mean, they made RoboCop action figures for kids. Like, kids know of RoboCop just as a toy, so like, why not make it more accessible to kids with this new movie?
Yeah, I mean, and plus it's on like aesthetically, it's a cooler RoboCop. Like,
Yeah.
Like I love the red like eye line thing. That's pretty cool. It looks sleek. I'm actually looking forward to seeing it when I can.
Yeah. And
Now, one thing, really quick, or you have a final word on this?
I was
Okay.
gonna make a dumb segue joke. Go ahead.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Because you said link with this humanity. Like, speaking of linking,
Well, it's not on the list. Thank you very much. But another movie that I watched, which was now this one was god awful, was I Frankenstein. Holy shit, that was terrible.
wait, it's out. It came out.
It came out. That's how bad I didn't even know that it came out. It's
God.
fucking Aaron Eckhart, which I like Aaron Eckhart.
He made a good Two-Face.
Oh yeah, he brought a different Two-Face, which I really like. But holy shit, like this was just bad writing. Now I was excited for this film because of if you guys ever watch Underworld, I like the Underworld series. It's pretty well written. It's like especially for like a vampire kind of series. This is before like the whole Twilight thing blew it up. But visually it looks like Twilight. But man, like the story was terrible. The pacing was bad. The one cool thing was that the good side, or the alleged good side, it's depending on what your views on justice are, were the archangels / gargoyles, which looked really cool, but the villains looked terrible. They were supposed to be these demons, but it looked like somebody literally took like a demon head and put it on a guy. I don't know, that was dumb. But one thing that I can take away from it is the visuals for the gargoyles looked awesome, and I hope that means Disney, take a look. If you're gonna make any live action movie, fuck Chippendales, bring back gargoyles, because that shit could be tight.
Did you guys see Disney put all the Gargoyle episodes on YouTube for free?
On YouTube?
On YouTube, you go on YouTube, watch the
Well,
entire
I know,
Gargoyle series.
I think Netflix had it for a little while too.
Oh,
But,
well, now you don't have to pay for Netflix.
But yeah, but shit, yeah, like fucking gargoyles. Like, why are you bringing back? If you guys don't know, they're bringing back like Chippendales. I don't even know if it's Chippendale Rescue Rangers, but they're doing a live action Chippendale, a la Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Chippendale
Rescue Rangers. Oh man, see 90s cartoons, man, it's fucking good.
I was
but yeah, it's like, fuck.
I was at Disneyland with my girlfriend, and they have that gadget ride in Toon World.
Oh, the go coaster, or whatever.
Yeah, and I was singing that theme song, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, and she's like, "Wait, I thought this was a goof. What are you singing that? Who the fuck is Gadget?" I'm like, "Oh God,
you need to dump that girl." No, I'm kidding.
Deprived child.
Yep.
Eric's girlfriend, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
I love you, honey, but you suck.
Trust me, she's not listening.
Yeah, because she doesn't exist.
You know what? I love her, but she's not gonna make an hour into this.
Too nerdy. Too nerdy.
Probably.
Well, she might like this if you like. You got her into some animes, right? Like
I
Attack on
got
Titan and stuff.
Ileana watching Attack on Titan.
Yeah, which is amazing anime. You need to watch it, Preston. It's really good.
I want to. I have so much I want to play.
Dude,
right now
you need
watch
to watch it, and then you need to go on and play the Unity game. That's like, it's free to play in like a web browser game. It's so good. It's amazing.
I gotta finish Doctor Who before I get anywhere else.
Well, then next hit Attack on Titan, and if you can, Kill la Kill. Oh my god, this is the most hype anime I've seen in a while.
I've never heard of it.
Shut up! I got you into you stupid
it's real
motherfucker. Fuck you! You know you're jizzing all over it.
Kill la Kill is definitely one of the better animes that have come out this past year.
It's fucking epic. It takes off like a rocket. So if you're ever worried about like an anime going slow pace, this one just takes off like a rocket.
Every episode there was a new plot twist. It's definitely
and it leaves you going, oh shit! I didn't think it'd get more hype.
It's action packed. It's funny. It's sexy for you guys into that. I mean,
Oh,
not just for girls, for guys, for girls too. Like
there's fan service everywhere.
There are glowing man nipples.
Yes, glowing nudist beach.
That is the organization, the rebellion organization is called Nudist Beach. Like, that's how
it's trust me, it's hilarious, and the context of the fan service actually has a purpose within the film, or not the film, the anime. I would say, just go check it out. It's amazing. It's by the people who did it's part of the team that did Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Cooley.
Yeah, Fooly Cooley.
Ooh, okay.
The animation is spectacular. There's parts in the animation that's really cool, because it's like, they don't animate anything. It's just a literal sprite moving across the screen, and you're like, they totally had the money to animate that, but they chose not to, and it's great. It's hilarious. That and it breaks the fourth wall, like literal like words and titles appear on the screen and people interact with them. The bigger your title and the more you interact with them, the more powerful you are.
I like that.
So, quickly, if someone was to go start an anime right now, would you recommend Attack on Titan or Kill la Kill?
I would recommend both because they were
But
epic
which
in
one?
both ways.
Which one first? I would say Attack on Titan. Honestly, I love both. Attack on Titan was an epic.
Well, Attack on Titan, the season is over right now. It's what, 25 episodes?
Yeah, and Kill la Kill is still going.
Yeah, Kill la Kill's episode 16, but holy shit, that thing is moving.
I think they're on 18. I think.
Oh, yeah, 18.
Are
But
they
yeah.
both on Netflix?
No.
Oh, actually, Attack on Titan is now on Netflix.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
wow.
And actually, it's subbed, not dubbed. So
Good.
if you want to go, if you want to watch it, you can watch it on Netflix. Otherwise, go to Crunchyroll. One thing that's crazy about Kill la Kill is that as it's being put out in Japan, at the same time they're subbing it in America.
Nice.
So that is
wow.
intense. Like, and what's cool about it is that Japan's kind of realizing, hey, people outside of our country really like anime, so we can make even more money
They're
out of
just
this.
realizing that now.
Well, I mean, like they've done it before, but like not to this extent. And if you don't like, super fast-paced, high-action shows, it's also high action, but I would suggest the show on that's just aired a couple weeks ago on Toonami, Space Dandy. It's by the same artist as Cowboy Bebop.
I saw that. Yeah, I've heard of that. It looks interesting. I actually haven't watched Cowboy Bebop. I need to watch that first. I'm sorry. I watched the first.
Okay. Wait. Going back, if anybody needs to watch an anime first, go watch Cowboy Bebop. If you like Doctor Who, if you like anything, go watch Cowboy Bebop.
Also, I actually did just finish an anime, Code Geass. Actually,
I'm not too excited about that.
I won't talk about much since you guys don't know about it, but
I know about it, but it's like, yeah.
I think it's really cool. It takes a mech idea and gives it kind of a supernatural feel to it. I think it's unique.
And you know what?
I love the characters. I think it's a battle between best friends, and I think that's always compelling.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a bad anime. It's just that's not my cup of tea. And because I have another friend that likes it, and the thing was, it sold me from the first few episodes as a mech show. And then I'm watching him like, this isn't a mech show.
Okay, and
I got disappointed.
For those of you guys who like animes, you guys have all probably watched Death Note. It's like Death Note with mechs.
Oh yeah, like what's his name? Fucking what's the main character of Code Geass? I can't remember his name. Lelouch. Yeah, he channels like Kira.
Oh yeah,
like, fucking crazy.
That's the first thing like that popped in my head when I watched this. Like, I wonder who would win in a battle of intellect. Would it be Kira or would it be Zero, who was Lelouch's alternate bad guy? Not bad guy, but rebellion persona.
Yeah, well, I agree. It's a good anime. I'm not too into it, but yeah, I would say go watch it if you want to give it a try. But definitely
only 2 seasons.
Do that after you watch Cowboy Bebop, because Cowboy Bebop's amazing.
Fine, I will watch Cowboy. Have you guys watched Trigun? I love Trigun.
Trigun is like secondary to Cowboy Bebop, though.
No.
Oh no,
Trigun
fuck you guys.
fantastic.
No. I'm not saying it's bad, but Cowboy Bebop is way better.
I don't know. I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop. I can't.
I just love Trigun.
Vash the Stampede is one of the best.
Vash is like
He's such a
it's like
dynamic
it's like
character.
he unfortunately I feel like he plays second pony to Spike. Like Spike's fucking awesome, guys.
How many episodes of Cowboy Bebop are there? Like 20 or
30?
Yeah,
Really?
it's on very long, and plus a movie or two.
Do you guys
movie is
remember
good.
they were going to make a live action Cowboy Bebop?
Yes,
with
yes.
Keanu
Keanu
fucking
Reeves.
Reeves.
Yes, that one would have made me commit suicide.
Did they cancel that? Did they scrap
Yeah,
that?
that went
that's
into
been
production
gone for a while.
Great.
Yeah.
Very great.
Honestly, I don't know.
That sounds horrible.
I feel like Keanu Reeves would have been the only one I would have kind of accepted as
But
playing
he's
Spike.
too old. He's
Well,
like 40
Well, at the
years
time,
old.
at the time, like he was.
I just heard
in the
about this
running.
like 2-3 years ago. Was when I first heard about it.
Oh,
that's when
it has been in the works. It's been in development hell for like ages.
Oh jeez.
But
It's terrible.
but hey, fucking Cowboy Bebop, Kill la Kill. But of the new animes, like honestly, I went through a period of fuck anime. This is like stupid weeaboo like otaku shit. But then I got back into it because of Kill la Kill, because of Attack on Titan, and because of Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. I would honestly say for me, this is the order that I would watch it in. Watch Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. It's only 2 seasons. That is like hype as shit. it is not as fast paced as Kill la Kill, but it's still as epic because it's the same team basically. Then go watch Attack on Titan because that is epic in a whole other scale. That'll make you, go, holy shit, that was amazing. And then go into Kill la Kill because that's super high action, fast paced. And then if you don't like that, Space Dandy, because same artist as Cowboy Bebop. And what's cool about it is the same way Kill la Kill, except that instead of the subs coming out the same time in America or in North America as it is in Japan, they're dubbing it at literally the same time. It's ridiculous.
It's really hard for me to watch an anime dub.
Well,
It's
right,
really
but
hard.
still, even just the fact that they're doing that, like they have to translate it quickly, find a way to make sure that all the translation jokes or like story points work within the anime, and then get it recorded and released at the same time as Japan. Like that's ridiculous.
They're doing great. I'm glad they're doing it. I personally would not.
Right. I mean,
wouldn't
dubs
watch the dub.
are you can't watch like One Piece. One Piece was a terrible.
One
dub.
Piece is horrible. Code Geass, the dub was horrible. You know what?
However, going with good dubs, I would say
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal
was
Alchemist was great. Didn't really care for Ed, but
Really? I like Ed's voice. I
I
think
don't
it works.
know. I didn't care for Ed's voice.
The best. Like, oh my gosh.
I mean, not Ed. Al.
Oh,
I
Al,
didn't
okay.
care for Al's voice, but I mean that's a personal thing. If you want a good dub, go with Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo
Yeah, that's
is
a good
another
dub.
anime you
Yep.
need to watch,
Yep.
and you can watch it in both
Agreed.
English and Japanese because it's amazing.
Yeah, Samurai Champloo is definitely one of the best animes out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's go into the next piece of news. Preston, what can you tell us about Twitch Plays Pokemon?
So I've been keeping up on it. I actually have this on my phone going now. I've been watching it obsessively. Basically, Twitch Plays Pokemon, and this is the first time I've ever really been on Twitch, and now I'm hooked.
Twitch TV?
Twitch TV, yeah.
Website.
Because it's a for people who don't know, and you probably do know if you're listening to this, it's a game streaming website where you stream games, people watch it, people can pay, to sponsor, advertise, whatever. And this is all playing a modded version of Pokemon Red, where it's modded so you can catch all 150 Pokemon.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And the guy's like in full control the server and all that, and he's been like trying to fix it however he can. But basically, what it is, it peaked to 120,000 people watching,
Wow.
and it's all of these people putting in commands to play one single Pokemon game, and it's gotten it's been a week now, and it's become just a firestorm around the internet.
So real quick, it's people who are watching the stream, but they can also put in like an input command like up, down, left or right. Like so they're
A, B,
playing the
start,
game.
select.
So thousands of people are playing this game or telling the computer how they want to play this game.
And everyone enters one move at a time. So if the main character is a lot of the times he'll just walk around and go up down, start, up down, start, and that will go on for like an hour.
Right, and people would spam this, right? They'd be pressing they'd be putting start a bunch of times, and it would just keep like freezing the game.
They looked it up, and they basically the polls show that between like people trying to work together and people just trying to make anarchy, there has been much more anarchy than there has been like people trying to actually work
I
together.
do not
and make it
doubt
work.
that.
People love to watch this game fuck up. Poor
Poor
Apuk. The char.
And see,
the char-
what's so fascinating about this is that people built an entire dialogue, an entire narrative, an entire story around this. So basically what happened is it became a pattern within this that they would press start and they would consult the Helix fossil. Helix fossil became like a god figure within the narrative that they created.
Big SpongeBob throwback. All hail the magic conch shell.
Yes.
That's pretty much
All
what we're
hail
going
the
for.
magic
Exactly.
conch.
Exactly. And then I'll kind of like cliff note it for you, but they had a Charmeleon and a Rattata that accidentally got released into the wild via the
Sad.
computer. Every time they go to the computer, everyone kind of like braces themselves because almost every time something gets released.
Oh no.
And they just go fucking batshit over it. And it's
Yep.
just like, oh my god, what the fuck happened?
And
Recently, they just got Hitmonlee from the Karate Dojo, released it within like 30 minutes.
what? No, they had it for 30
They had it
minutes.
barely for like 30 minutes, and they released it into the wild.
God damn
Oh,
it.
people
God,
are-
God damn it. Although, good choice, Hitmonlee. Hitmonchan was stupid in Pokemon Red.
Hey, I
agree.
like the way
okay,
he looked.
Okay, hold on. Pokemon Red, all Hitmonchan's moves, Fire Punch, Thunder
And
Punch.
Punch and Ice
Those
Punch.
were back then. Those were special attacks, and he had no special attack. He only had attacks.
This
so those
is
were
true.
super reduced
Useless.
move. Yeah,
They weren't very
exactly.
good.
But
So
I
him
just
only
like the
better.
way he looked.
Yeah, me too.
Like I mean that's the reason why I got him. But anyways, like so it's a social experiment if I'm correct.
That's how they started off, was a social experiment, and it kind of just grew from there. Now they just very recently they started a if you look on the screen over here, and if you're watching the Twitch stream at home, it'll be on the right hand side, the Anarchy and Democracy, adding another layer to the experiment. They're giving everyone a chance to decide whether they want anarchy, which is the classic mode to play where everyone can put in a command, no barriers, or democracy where everyone has to vote. It's
And
a lot
help
slower
out on
paced.
stuff.
It's a lot slower paced, and every 10 seconds, whatever got the most votes, it would move that position. So like everyone would have to vote B, and then 10 seconds a B would happen.
Interesting.
And it's a lot slower paced. It's a lot more methodical, and it's a lot safer. But there's a large outcry. This is all mostly around Reddit, and the Reddit, the Twitch plays Pokemon subreddit has just exploded, and it's the funniest goddamn thing in the world. But nobody likes democracy because everyone's fighting each other.
Oh,
It's
basically.
either
Yeah.
like everyone's either fighting for democracy or the Dome Fossil, or anarchy and the Helix Fossil. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Huh.
And they have this narrative like the Drowsy is the keeper who like the Eevee. So they were not the overall strategy was like they were not supposed to grab the Eevee from Celadon City because they had one last empty save spot. And going to the PC is so difficult and so risky that they wanted to keep that safe spot open for Lapras because they didn't have anyone who could learn Surf.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting the Eevee, who was like,
Turn him to Vaporeon. That could work.
yeah, they tried, but they didn't. They bought a Firestone and evolved it to Flareon.
No.
After that, right after they got the Flareon or the Eevee, they released Charmeleon. So,
well, you know, let's have. If people want to go watch, they can go Twitch TV and watch the streams and everything. I'm sure they're gonna get archived later. But
And as someone who's been playing Pokemon X and Y, there have been so many in the Wonder Trade in Pokemon X and Y. There have been so many Charmeleons and Rattatas based after the ones that got
really?
released, and as like a tribute to them.
that's
It's
see,
really
this
funny.
is really cool because it's becoming a phenomenon.
Yeah.
it is within just a short week.
And it's been how many days? How many days?
It's
Seven.
It's been a week. It's
right
been a
now,
week.
I'm looking at this. It's 7 days, 6 hours.
Oh, cool. And they're
been
what?
a
They're
week.
what at?
They're at the Pokemon Tower.
Oh,
and,
Lavender
Wait,
Town,
do
Lavender
they
Town.
still have 4 badges, or is it 5 now?
It's 4 badges at the moment.
Oh
they
man,
just
this
got
is
the
gonna be
self-scope.
forever,
Oh,
dude.
got it.
But yeah, like this is really cool. I mean, this is a really revolutionary thing as far as gaming and streaming gameplay.
The owner of the server says that he was asked like, "Are you going to do this more after this game is eventually completed?" And he said, if he has the money to run the server, then he will continue to gold and throughout the entire series.
I know a lot of people are against it, but he get paid off really quickly with advertising. I mean, he got like 50, 60,000, 80,000 going there per day. Advertisements
yeah.
will pay you big bucks to put like just a McDonald's like.
But then it
banner
would
there.
ruin his simple life, and he'd have to take it down.
But he'd be able to pay for the server
Like
and a mansion.
Like I said earlier, peaked 120,000 concurrent viewers. Not just
Damn.
views in a day, viewers.
Yeah.
That's incredible to me.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah. Go ahead and check that out. Twitch Plays Pokemon. And with that, I think we're gonna go into our next segment. It's gonna be kind of a little mini game sections. Ask us anything or AUA. We don't know how far this podcast is gonna get. Hopefully, it gets to the point where some people actually ask us questions, or it'll be questions that we find in our normal lives that we think would be interesting for this podcast. Maybe we just have talks with other friends. But so this in this section, what I'm gonna do is since we don't have anybody asking questions, I'm gonna ask a couple of questions that could give context a little bit to more of us. So the first question is it's a little thing is if somebody were to play you in the movie of your life, who do you think that actor would be? Now you could choose any celebrity and actor, and just like if you want, you can give like 2 answers. You can give one person that like you think looks like you the most, and then you could do another selection where who you think could portray you the best or give the best performance of you as your character. Let's go with Eric. Who would you
Jesus.
say?
You've asked me this question before. I think for looks, probably a skinnier but more rugged John Heater. I don't even know where that guy's been actually. Napoleon Dynamite. Where's...
Yeah, I know. The last thing I saw was Blaze of Glory.
Yeah, seriously. God,
You know what? John Heater is a good. I can definitely see that as far as looking wise.
Yeah. As far as as far as like, fuck, God, who is my personality?
I would honestly say a little bit of Michael Cera.
Yeah, I could see that, but like definitely a manlier
Without being a douche.
a manlier, less douchey Michael Cera.
Manlier. I don't know. What do
Oh
you
come
say?
on, my voice is not very Michael Cera. Yeah.
I don't know. What would you say for him, Preston?
For him?
For Eric, yeah. Like, 'cause I think he kind of hit it on the head.
Yeah,
I mean-
Johnny. I think maybe.
Napoleon Dynamite would look like him.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael Cera.
Okay,
Thank you,
well,
thank
what do you
you.
think? What do you think?
I don't think so.
Well,
I think
that's just personal
Michael
me.
Michael Cera is too dull.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
Well, you're more campy and like flamboyant.
Well, I was thinking like Scott Pilgrim, Michael Cera.
Well, Michael Cera's Michael Cera. I mean,
Well, he plays a little bit different in Scott Pilgrim, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. I don't know. Who would you say then?
I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say Childish Gambino. I'm gonna say, fuck, what's his real name? He plays Troy Barnes in Community.
Derek. He goes by a lot of names.
God, what's his name? God, Anyway, Troy from Community. You know, I know what you guys are thinking. Black guy play you, rapper. You know, famous rapper, comedian. You know what? Yeah, because we both have that boyish charm, I think, and I think
Okay. Actually, I understand that. I see that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about you, Preston? Who do you think would play you? In,
Donald Glover. That's it.
Donald Glover. That's it.
Donald Glover could play me.
Who would play me? Who's that guy who, kind of a big deal, kind of died a little while ago? Jesus of Nazareth.
Oh, Jim Caviezel?
No, like Jesus.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh,
Oh, God.
you fucking idiot.
No, I think you have kind of a Clint Eastwood look to you.
Well, maybe
Kinda
younger.
Like
Like maybe
younger
when you get
Clint
old.
Eastwood, kind of like, you kind of got like the ruggedness. I mean, Preston, for you guys who don't know, can grow a beard like a motherfucker.
I'm very attractive.
He's very yeah. I don't know. You kind of have that skinny, rough outlaw kind of look to you. I'm not saying that's your attitude, but you kind of have that look.
He's kind of a pussy.
But guys,
Shut up, Butters. No. Like I could kind of see that. Fucking guy from Whose Line?
Ryan
Stiles.
Yes. That I think you have like
in personality.
yeah, in personality. I could see that being you.
I am such a Cullen.
I would accept
Yes, that
that.
makes me the black guy. Wayne Brady, mate.
You are the darkest of the three of us, so that makes
That's
sense.
not saying much. I mean,
That's not
like,
saying
it's
much,
Like
but
two
it's-
white guys and an Asian guy, so you know. Yeah, like I think Styles is you. It's like
By the way, I fucking love Wayne Brady. There's that fucking old Chappelle show bit where he has Chappelle by gunpoint, and Wayne Brady's just like, I make Brian Gumble look like Malcolm X, don't I, bitch? Just alert, like to his like utter whiteness. I mean, that's
wait,
politically incorrect
did
to
you
say.
say Wayne Brady then?
Yeah,
Wayne Brady? He's
Wait.
he was on Chappelle's show. Like
he was he was on Chappelle's show.
Okay,
like a guest.
okay.
the episode with the black KKK member came out 10 years ago.
Jesus, has it been that long?
It's been that long.
I feel really bad for Dave Chappelle. I heard that recently he did a stand-up show and he got booed off.
Oh,
Really?
geez.
Yeah, I feel really. You know what? He had a really rough time, and I feel bad for him. And it sucks that he's trying to come back, and he's not. He's having a hard time.
That
with
is
it.
the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, if you want new age Dave Chappelle, because I guess the old one is getting booed off the stage, you go watch Key and Peele.
Key and Peele is amazing.
Yes,
Key and Peele
we'll,
is awesome.
We'll come to that another time. That'll be for
Okay.
another podcast. But
Two players from Mad TV got their own show, Key and Peele, and it is amazing. It's about 3 seasons in. Check it out.
I said another time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was
They
just,
do a really good Obama impersonation.
Great.
And
You
it's,
said
Obama-
another time.
Obama has gone up to them personally and said,
and
how
it's
good it is.
amazing. And he says he needs his own Luther. Which check it out, or we'll talk about it another time. Anyways, so we can agree for Preston as far as who would play him. I guess it's my turn.
Well, you
Bobby
know
Lee.
the answer. Bobby Long.
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee? You know, you're right, Bobby Long.
Who's Bobby Law?
He's that skinny white guy. Fuck me. Bobby Lee. Yeah.
But but I'm Japanese.
Doesn't matter. You're Bobby Lee.
God
in
damn it.
Personality.
I'm gonna carry that forever, aren't I?
Yep.
Ever since our goddamn professor just called me that out of nowhere in class, it was the most awkward thing ever.
What? It's because you're fun and you're spunky and you're Asian, and chubby a little bit.
I don't know, but like I'll take that. My Japanese side is telling you to fuck off because he's Korean. But
Funny.
whatever.
You know,
fuck it.
you know who you remind me of? I said, oh God, I can't remember the name. He's really, God, really powerful, really strong, like, just commanding.
Kim Jong-il?
Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong-il. That's- I
Fuck you,
see it.
man.
I see it.
Fuck you. Oh god damn it! Fuck you, man. Well, I mean, okay,
Stole
well,
my joke.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
oh you fuckers. Okay, going serious. Like, would that be looks and personality both? Because, like, I mean, I can understand that, like, as far as look wise, but like personality wise,
I think you're definitely a lot more reserved than he lets on. But
Kim Jong-il.
Fuck you! God damn it, Preston.
Bobby,
We did not switch topics back.
no, I don't know. Yeah. As far as personality,
or like not personality, but like who could portray me? I'm trying to think of people, but it's hard because I'm Asian.
there's not very many famous Asian actors.
Well, maybe not even
At least
Asian.
two
Just like as
Americans.
far as personality goes, my personality is fucking weird.
And that's what Bobby Lee can do. He can get fucking weird.
okay. Well,
I would actually, I know you hate hearing it, but I would actually have to agree with that.
no, I mean it's fine. I'll take that as a grain of salt.
Bobby Lee is very attractive.
But trust me, outside of the film department, you guys aren't the only ones who have said that. When I used to work at Vaughn, somebody said that. I'm like, really?
Bobby,
Like, okay.
it could be worse. You could be fuck, what's the Asian guy
Ted Jong
from?
or Ken Jong.
Yeah, you could be Kim Jong.
Funny note is that in my other with some other friends, when we go to Vegas, I'm always Ken Jong.
In the Hangover group.
Yep, in the Hangover, I'm always Ken Jong. Toodaloo, motherfuckers! I'll take that. He's a real life doctor.
I would want him so bad to be my doctor. And just,
Wait. Are we talking about like in personality
yeah,
as
in
as
re-
Leslie Chow or as like in Knocked Up?
or in Community. I just want him to take on any of those personalities and just feel up my nuts and tell me if I'm okay.
Gay.
Good. Speaking of that, I posted on Facebook for Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day is special to me because it's the 6th-year anniversary of my first kiss with my girlfriend.
No.
And
gay.
I posted that on Facebook, and my friend Maddie posted the GIF of that.
It's
GIF.
debatable.
It's, oh
it's
god, that's
debatable.
another argument.
I say GIF, but I acknowledge GIF as well.
Yeah, so he posted that GIF, gay, and then when I didn't say anything about it, he's like, "Fine, I'll like it myself." I'm like, okay, Maddie, I'm sorry.
Choosy moms choose Jif.
Okay. Just making their own chocolate like Nutella thing. I'm not excited about
That's
it.
not the same.
It's not gonna be the same.
Blech.
All right. Well, the next question I have in here is it's a little bit more personal. So like what game or movie or anything like takes you back to like a simpler time where you didn't have to deal with like thinking like over analyzing everything. Like we're film students, so like whenever we watch a movie now, it's like, why do they use this lighting? Why do they use this narrative? But when I watched Jurassic Park, that shit just takes me back. Like as a kid, I don't even care about like, you know, any of the film education that I have. Like it's just bliss. I fucking love that film. I saw it in 3D when they brought it back out in theaters, and holy shit, I had a tear in my eye when they first see the dinosaurs. Like I was like, oh, but yeah, like what games or movies or TV shows just do that?
Two movies come to my mind. One, when Lion King 3D came out in movie theaters.
Oh,
I cried.
yeah.
I cried in that movie.
Same here, same
I
here.
cried twice. I cried once after the Circle of Life because that was like my
Yes.
childhood. Like it was touching my soul, and I just felt really good. And then when Mufasa died, I cried. I had to.
We're just emotional babies here.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't. Another movie that, it's campy to a certain extent, but it's a classic, and I love it, and it's been a part of my childhood, and I can never analyze it because I just love it so much. The Princess Bride.
Yes.
Love Princess Bride.
Oh, dude, like,
so
okay,
much.
so, like, we had that in one of my classes last semester, and, God, all these, like, exchange students, like we were assigned to read the novel that
Book
was
is
originally written,
amazing.
which yes, it is amazing. But then we watched the movie and they just started shitting all over it because like, why is it played as a comedy? I would have liked no, don't you get it? Like that's like the point of the book was like it was a comedic book, and like I thought the adaptation was so good. If anything, because I saw the movie before reading the book made me appreciate the movie even more.
Yeah, I get that a lot with books. I read the first Harry Potter books after watching the first like 2 movies, and that gave me such a better respect for the books, and it allowed me to read or better respect for the movies, and it allowed me to read the books and have like kind of that image in mind. I don't know. I feel like it's good to watch movies and read like
Then read
books
after instead of like reading before and then watch the movie because it's not going to meet your expectations.
exactly. I read the first Harry Potter book I read before watching the movie was the 5th book, and as soon as I read that, I watched the movie, and I hated the movie because I had read the book first.
Yeah, and honestly, the 5th book wasn't the best, but the
third,
sixth, no,
the 3rd movie was awful.
I love the dude. The
You
third
like the
movie was
movie?
the third movie was great. It's
Hated
by
the
the
third movie.
dude. It's by the guy that fucking directed Children of Men.
Oh my gosh, we have a time
And
machine
fucking Gravity.
thing, and we can't.
That was
fucking
in the
do it.
book, and
Yeah,
there
that-
and
that
there
was
there
actually
that
the
was in the book, and there were
book.
parameters to that. There was a lot of parameters to it.
Hated.
So
It
like,
was.
I do-
I didn't hate it, but it was my least favorite.
I do
of all
feel
of
that
them.
as one.
no, my least
blinding
favorite was
plot
the
hole.
7th one
Yeah.
or the
Well, it's-
the 6th one.
It's the
Sixth one
only.
was terrible.
It's the only book / movie that doesn't have Voldemort in it.
That's fine. I don't care. That's cool. That brings up
It's-
like a different villain.
No,
it's not
but
the whole same thing.
Yeah, but it's just like a. It's just like a.
Okay, you know
filler. It's filler.
we can no, it's not filler. The filler one is 5 and 6, but we can go on and on about this.
6. Absolutely.
Yeah, I hate 6. Anyways, so like yeah, so I'm sorry, what was the movie again that you said?
Princess Bride and
Princess,
Lion
yes,
King.
Princess Bride.
It-
And any games?
If I had to pick a game, I won't pick Pokemon because one, it's gotten. Now that I've gotten older, I'm getting into like the breeding and the EV training, so I can't.
Oh, you're getting into the breeding,
I
are
can't,
you?
I can't get into I can't get into the innocence that I used to have it, but one game that I can always play that is just so simple and I just love it is Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah,
Crash
hell
Bandicoot is
yeah,
just
hell
so
yeah.
easy to play and I love.
Pick. Very good pick.
Thank you. It's
If,
just
if our other friend were here, he would agree, but he's being lame. Dylan, you suck. Preston, what about you? Game, movies that like bring you back to simpler time?
You know what? It's got to be an RPG that wasn't well known at the time and probably still isn't as much now. Star Ocean 2.
Dude, Star Ocean. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
What for? Wait, was that on PS2 or was that,
It was on PS1. Star Ocean: The Second
oh,
Story.
Okay.
And what did it? Pretty much what it was is it was my very first interaction with that narrative that was just so big and so expanding. I didn't understand it when I was a kid. I'd go back and watch it now or play it now. Well, it's like a movie. I watch the same thing, but it's huge. Like you're dealing with entire planets that are unbeknownst to you, and that as a child really expanded my mind. So it's just kind of fascinating how that large structure I can appreciate more so as an adult.
Cool,
And
man.
that's why
yeah,
I
I
picked
get that. I've actually
Too bad that the series died.
Yeah,
Shit the bed,
don't tell
man.
me. Don't talk to me about number 30.
Well, any movies or anything, or just like not at the top of your head?
Honestly, Pokemon the first movie.
Oh, hell
yeah, okay.
When Ash turns to stone, oh my gosh.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Yes.
See, we're just a bunch of fucking babies.
Jesus
Man.
Christ.
I'm crying right now.
Oh god.
No one understands it.
No, and
no
I
females
I
understand.
watched it with Ileana, and she was just like, "What's your problem?" I'm just like, "He's
Fuck
fucking
you."
everyone- They think he's look at Pikachu. He's trying to nudge him awake. Like,
Dude, I'm getting emotional right now. Let's get away from it. Well, then, real quick, one last thing is like for me, as far as a game, I just got my Wii U in a special edition, Wind Waker. That honestly, to me, if you ask me what my favorite Zelda game is, it's honestly Wind Waker because
Yeah.
you know a lot of people say the original one or Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time, but to me, like Ocarina of Time's up there as my second, but Wind Waker was the first one that I actually fully beat on my own because like Ocarina of Time, I didn't really beat it on my own until like high school because back at the time when it came out, it's kind of hard for me as a kid. But Wind Waker, I picked up and oh my god, I have such feels for like I honestly kind of considered. If I could, the main theme to that would be an awesome wedding song. It's just so happy and joyous, and
you'd
it
have to
fills
find
my
the right
heart,
woman.
dude. Like, yeah, I'd have to find the right woman that would accept that. But oh my god, it's great. I love the art style. Like, even though like some people are turned off by the whole cell shading thing. Guess what? That shit holds up.
It really
Look at
does.
Ocarina of Time. That doesn't hold up. I mean, it's a great game, but the graphics do not hold up compared to Wind Waker. And just everything about it just fills me with this joy. And I'm so psyched to be playing it on the Wii U, and I'm having so much fun.
It's awesome.
What
Did
about
they-
what?
Did they keep that camera minigame thing in there? Where,
Yes.
like, you had to collect all the statues?
They're it's all in there. Everything is in there. What you can also do is you can write a message in the bottle and throw it out into the Miiverse. And in your game, when you're playing it, if you go to the ocean or any bottle of water or body of water, there will be a bottle from other people. You can pick it up and just read the message, and they're pretty cool. There's like
Do people draw penises? Because that's what I would do.
well, there is a system that like they have like a no inappropriate thing, and they'll probably like scan it, but like some things can get through. But I don't know. That's really cool. Like just
I was
it's cool interactivity.
I was playing a game just a little while ago, and I forget it. And you know what? Half-Life 2. I was playing Half-Life 2,
Yes.
and for the longest time, because I realized you could just like knock holes into the wall, and they would stay there
Yep,
forever, and I
yep.
would just knock penises all over the walls.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
well
spent
that's
hours
like
doing
that's
that.
like people in fucking Journey. Like people were getting super pissed when they played Journey. The game for PS3, if you guys don't know, got multiple Game of the Year like nominations and awards. Basically play as a character going through a desert on an adventure where there are other people in the world and you interact with them just through movement. There's no like headset communication, and you have this wonderful journey with these characters, and you get spoilers. But at the very end, well, not okay. Well, like without going into spoiler territory, you get to the end, and people were just literally drawing dicks in the ground, and it's like
Oh, really?
you go on this huge emotional journey with this friend. You go through all these puzzles and everything, and at the end, what do you get? You get a fucking dick. And that's just like the cherry on top of this beautiful masterpiece. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hilarious at the same time. It's kind of sad, but
So, any movies, Corey?
Oh, yeah, I said Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Oh, that's
Jurassic
right.
Park,
That's right.
Land
That's
Before
where we started.
Time, like childhood. Like all of us.